Bonjour, Jan here. Just having a quick cup of tea. I've got a video coming up after I finished chatting. At the weekend we just, again it was just a sort of last minute decision as we normally do. We went to Ombriella Valley, which is somewhere I've took you and shown you recently. And it's been a weekend of fete, as in there's been all different things going on there. They've got a fair there and they had a meal last night and fireworks and things. We didn't go to all of that, but today decided we would stay local. There seems to be lots of things going on this weekend. But we decided just to do this because Duncan again had to work on Saturday, so we didn't want to do lots of driving. And it's just basically a Vide Grenier, and wasn't as big as it has been in past years, but it was still nice enough, and we did manage to purchase a couple of things. I got myself, it doesn't necessarily need washing, but it does, because it smells divine actually. The conditioner this lady used was lovely. I got that little top for €2. It's one of my favourite colours these days. I love that sort of, I don't know what to call it, like a mustardy yellow. And the only other thing we bought, just excuse me bending forward, was 2 decanters. They were €3 for the 2. We have had, should I say, decanters in the past, and we've had the large ones. And in those days, I don't know, it's weird. We used to think that it just wasn't French, basically, to buy a box of wine. So we always bought bottles, so there was no need for a decanter. But now we quite often, you know, cost-wise and everything, and because there's nothing wrong with boxed wine at all, we sometimes, if you've got people around for a meal, it's nice to put it in a decanter from the box. So we decided to buy a couple of those, and they're not too big to take up too much space, so great. Let's have a sip of my tea. Excuse me. Yeah, so that's what the video is about today. I've got a phone call, or I say phone call, I got a message just 10 minutes ago, just for someone wanting to stay in the Jeep next door. I was going to go for a walk with Sharon this morning, but I think having a nice long walk with Sharon and doing the Jeep may just be a bit too much. So we've decided we'll walk tomorrow, and that way all my energy gets put into preparing the Jeep. So as you can see, if you can see on the table behind me, I've got the bedding all piled up ready to go. So I'll be doing that, and obviously cleaning. I wasn't sure whether I could accept it or not, because on Friday we had the chimney sweep come to sweep the chimney in here and in the Jeep. They also went round the corner and did Sharon's as well. So all three are ready to go. It's so rare that the fire gets used next door. He said there was like that much in there, but still have to have it done. It's for safety reasons. We have to get a certificate from him every year, so that he basically ensures that we should not have a chimney fire. So it's especially with the Jeep. Well, obviously, you know, we want to be safe in here as well, but you get my meaning. So that had to be done. And because of that, he obviously had to remove the fire from the actual flue. He said when he came back in that he'd put it back in for us, which was nice, because I mean Duncan always does some of his work for him really. He empties the fire out, gets the grate out and everything, like on this one, so that he can get his rods and brush in easier, and he hasn't got to lift it in and out. And next door he always moves the fire forward so he can access the flue there as well. And so I think in return he just said he thought, oh, I'll put it back on for him. So yeah, so that's another job done. And we've also got our wood for this winter coming on Wednesday. So that'll be another hard job. And just to make it a million times worse, apparently we've got rain coming tomorrow and Wednesday, and there's a 90% chance, so that's going to be fun. And it's quite possible that this time we won't have Sharon's help because she's got a friend coming to stay, so it'll be just Duncan and I. But I'm feeling a little bit fitter this year, so hopefully it won't be a problem. And because he can bring it right close to the garden, it doesn't usually take too long. The only thing we've complicated it with this year is that we've bought 2 pallets of the large logs and 1 pallet of small, because to get the fire going sometimes it's better to have the small pieces of wood, and then you can start adding the larger pieces. So we thought we'd try it this year, have some smaller pieces as well, so it's going to be a bit more complicated when it comes to stacking it. But other than that, not too much more to report really, but I just wanted to just quickly say hi and just tell you what the next video is about. And it's quite a short one, but I know you like to see the big greniers and everything. Oh, one thing is that that was the other thing, that was at the same time as the Vide Grenier, there was an exposition of sculptures. I'll only talk about it briefly in there, and as you know, I mean, we can read French, but sometimes it can get a bit heavy. But we think that a lot of the smaller sculptures are done by the older people in the retirement home in Ombriere, possibly elsewhere as well. So it's obviously, it was quite therapeutic for them to make them, and it's lovely to see them. But then there were some other pieces which I think were more from a professional artist. So it was nice. The sun was shining and we just had a nice sort of couple of hours. And of course we ended it by going and eating. You have to eat in a day, don't you? Anyway, enjoy the video and I will see you in the next one. Au revoir. Some art created by the residents of the retirement home. Some of the art. Just going to take you over here, look. This is, I've shown you on other videos, pointed out the Marie's office on the hill, and this is the view from the Marie's office. And you can see there's a Tyrolean zip wire there where the 2 pointy roofs are. So they're made by all different retired people, do you think?
Very amateur.
Yeah. So it's a great view from up here, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think it's all amateurs or people from the retirement home. The zip wire's very quiet today. That one looks a bit like me. This is the Marie's office. We've never been this close, other than the Vide Greniers before, but we've not seen inside these grounds. mosaic round the doors, lovely. The obligatory fair stalls, bungee jumping.
Allez, le voyage se termine, le voyage s'achève. On attend bien.
Uncle Jean is tired, worked again yesterday, Saturday. That is the Musée de Tisserand. Sharon and I plan to visit that and show you one day.